What is up, you all? I hope you all are doing very well and doing well. Okay, Beef and Choir, that's great. They can say whatever they want to. God bless you. Anyway, get your popcorn. There it is, you all. So I appreciate it. Anyway, we were talking about some serious things today, you all. You know what, Beef and Choir? Let me do something real quickly. I'm gonna put you in timeout because no sooner have I gotten on, this is what you start with. And again, I'm not interested in what those folk have to say. All right, now let me move on. You all, it's some serious things going on. First of all, I want to start with the Lincoln University situation that's going on. Um, I happen to be looking at NPR, Kansas, and I believe this is KCUR. And Holly Edgell wrote this. This president, according to NPR, is very problematic. This man, Mr. Mosley, who is white, was a athletic director at some black colleges. Then he was tapped to become the president. And the thing that bothers me with this situation is that this man really didn't have the academic chops. And it's very interesting that black people almost have to be a Supreme Court justice to get these positions. But yet this man was an athletic director and took the helm of this historically black college and university. And that's problematic. Now, a lot of the students really like this vice president of academic affairs. And they really, really cared for her. And her name is Dr. Candia Bailey. They called her Bonnie. And John Mosley is the president of Lincoln, but a lot of people had concerns about him. Number one, he did not really want to mingle with the alumni. And everyone knows that your alumni is critical. It's critical when it comes to your university. And he did not want to mix and mingle with the alumni. However, he spent a lot of his time with the athletes. And that's problematic because as a president, you should be concerned about your present students and the alumni, students who have graduated. Because alumni actually, if you do it right, they will come back for homecoming. They will spend dollars to make sure that scholarships in the university is financially right. They have a vested interest in the university. And it was sad that he did not, according to this NPR report, want to even mingle with the alumni. He was very distant. Also, the students said, again, he was very distant. He was very close with the athletes, but not the students. And again, you all, I'm bringing this out because at the end of the day, this is this athletic mindset and it is problematic. So it seemed like it was not only Dr. Bailey who was having some issues, students were as well. There has been allegations that he did jail time and he had DWI offenses and criminal charges. And so, yeah, it's really interesting. And they said this man created a toxic environment. And I wouldn't want to tell somebody like that, I had mental health issues if I were in her situation. And if I did have them, I wouldn't want to tell someone like that because they would probably use it against, the individual. Also, too, you all, I'm finding out by reading this situation that presidents before Mosley would have a hard time, they would have hard time getting money. And the alumni really wanted to work with him on doing that. Come to find out that where black presidents had problem getting money, Lincoln got money when Mosley became the president. So it shows that the white man becomes the president and then Lincoln gets money. But before then, they were having problems getting money. Now that's deep as well. So it's saying a lot to me with this Lincoln situation. And the alumni wants him gone. And after reading what NPR reported, if this is true, I think that the state of Missouri is doing some things. Now, Lincoln has been underfunded $361 million. They have been struggling. They also have had low enrollment as well. And again, when this man comes, they can get funding. Now, this is a quote from Mr. Lewis, who is actually he's over the alumni in Georgia. And it states, the Missouri Independent reported that Lincoln University funding woes grew over years of state not meeting its obligation to match federal funds and school administrators dipping into the university's other revenue streams. Lewis said he was dismayed by the way Mosley responded to his questions about securing money for Lincoln University shortly after he took office. I immediately gave, hold on for a minute, you all. Let me find it. Said, I immediately gave him a call. I said, congratulations, President Mosley. Now we can work on getting that Lincoln University funded. Lewis said Mosley made a remark that caught him off guard. He told me asking for funding is like asking for reparations. Wow. So Mosley's university biography touts the securing of much needed funding. The first time since it was federally mandated in 2000, the university received nearly $10 million, the full state match for its federal land grant funding in May 2022, maintained the full funding following the 2023 legislation session. Bond said it is no accident that Mosley, who is white, was able to do what black Lincoln University presidents over the decades could not. African-American presidents came through this era where we did not receive this funding, he said. The entitlement to the funding was always there. The state just decided to release it on Mosley's watch. Mosley's biography says he has more than 20 years of higher education experience, including 4 years on HBCU campuses. His LinkedIn profile shows few examples of university administration experience. However, it lists an assistant head basketball coach position at North Carolina Central University, followed by the head basketball coach role at Lincoln. From there, Mosley was the school athletic director for nearly 6 years and 9 months as interim president. Mosley officially got the job in 2022. He just walked out of the gym and into the president's office. Lewis did not discount Mosley's experience as a basketball coach or athletic director, but he did question why the board of curators selected him for the position in the absence of academic and administrative leadership role. Dr. James Frank was our basketball coach, became our athletic director, became our president, Lewis said. He went on to become the first black man to be the president of the NCAA. And so I've seen a basketball coach become a president, and I understand. and respected. Lewis said that Mosley's race was not a key factor in his concern, pointing out that Lincoln University founding president Richard Baxter Foster was white. Lewis called Mosley a novice based on his resume. And that's what people are really concerned about. And the students are concerned because they felt that he was very distant to them. And so it seems like these things are coming up on Lincoln University. And I think it's really, really sad about what's happening. And I'm glad that that man made a point that it's not his race. The founding president of Lincoln was white. They had a basketball coach, athletic director to become the president and become the first black man over the NCAA. He said that that's not it, but his limited resume, his limited academic skills set bothered them, but yet he gets money. And it seems like they want Lincoln to die. It seems like the reparations remark was very disrespectful as well. And it goes to show you that sometimes people are on our campus or our campuses who really don't care for us. It is just a dollar and a dime to them. So I want to put that out there about the situation at Lincoln University. And I'm putting that out there now. I just think it's sad what's going on and what's happening. And you all, we got to stay woke to these things. I know people don't like to use woke and all of that because now people want to act like woke is a bad word. No, woke is very critical right now, especially in the situation where people would have you to think that this lady was incompetent. And this lady had jobs before she came to Lincoln. She was at another university. And the thing is, she was trying to meet with him, according to NPR, to talk about what she needs to improve on. And since she got that low review, but he refused to even meet with her. That's a problem, you all, and that's a form of bullying. And I don't think people get it. You're going to give somebody a review, but don't give them why you gave them the review, and you're not going into detail of the situation, and then not helping the person to improve. I think that's a problem. However, the students did not feel the way the president felt. And now looking at the situation and what's going on, Heidi, get some popcorn, girl. Get some popcorn. Baby, I'm in second place. Y'all get some popcorn. But I just think that it's sad what's happening at Lincoln University. It goes to show you that things are happening. And if it's happening in the academic world, if it's happening in the world of entertainment, you know it's happening every other place. And I think that we need to think about these things. Diversity, equity, and inclusion and belonging are critical. But we see what happens, and these people are trying to act like that this lady was incompetent, but this man seemed like he had some issues. I'm even looking at Missouri and how for years they didn't give black presidents money. But all of a sudden, this white man who is not really qualified to do this job, according to his resume, they released the money. It's just really interesting. And like I said, when you are saying that trying to get money that is allocated to the university, and you tell the alumni that it's like asking for reparations, that's a slap in the face. Could you imagine? I could not imagine a president telling someone who graduated from the university that. Yes, Michael Davis, 2025. I keep on telling people, if you all haven't read Project 2025, you need to. You need to. It is critical that you read Project 2025. Again, I'm not playing, y'all. I'm really serious, and I'm gonna nail it in. I don't care who's talking about what. These things have serious implications for people who are professional. It's not important to you until it happens to you. And I keep on saying that. We don't see the Taraji situation because we're not actors and actresses. We may not see this situation with Dr. Bailey, God rest her soul, because she was a vice president of student affairs. But this could easily be you at your restaurant, or this could be easily you at your office. And again, how many of you all have gone through something like this where someone is saying that you're not doing your job, but you are, and they're not giving you feedback, and it's a mess. And unfortunately, this lady could not deal with it anymore, and she actually gave them some pointers of what to do. It seemed like she was very student oriented, and that's where you have to be when you are in higher learning. But how dare a president of a historically Black college and university say that asking for funds that is allocated to you, it's yours, is like asking for reparations? That says a lot right there. That says a lot right there. And I think we need to realize this. And you're right, KFS. You're doing well on a job, and then all of a sudden, with no explanation, you're terrible. And I really feel badly for her. Transitioning and segueing into that, I just found out, and a lot of you all told me, that Nikki Haley's father was a professor at Voorhees College in South Carolina, which is true. Nikki Haley is from Bamberg, which is not too far from Denmark. And her father taught biology at Voorhees College. And that's very interesting to me. It's very interesting to me because her father was a biology teacher. And I was just wondering, he couldn't get a job anywhere else. And I'm like, and I have questions. Did you teach at Voorhees because it was close to you and it was close to the business? Did you teach there because you had a passion to help African Americans, knowing that you were a minority yourself? I am not questioning his motives, but I'm looking at her, because when someone tells me that racism doesn't exist in America, but yet your father is at a school that's private and really is doing everything possible to stay open. When you see schools like Furman, and when you see schools like University of South Carolina, I question that, because even in higher ed, you can see the disparities between those schools. And I'm not questioning, is her father a bad man or not? I'm questioning what she said. Your dad worked at a historically Black college, and you tell me that he didn't have stories of inequity? And my thing is this: was he turned down for jobs because he was a Sikh and he wore the turban on his head, and that made people uncomfortable? And Sikhs are really good people. Sikhs are about social justice, and they are about helping people. So her dad was a Sikh, and they are really stand-up people. So I got the white cheddar getter. Come on, boo. Come on, Fly Uchi. Come through for your boy. Come through for your boy. I appreciate you. The doll. Come on, the doll. She got that popcorn. Come on, doll. Let me see her. But I only bring that up. Thank you, Heidi. Girl, you did that, girl. You did that. Thank you, Heidi. Much love. Thank you. Thank you for getting that popcorn, boo-boo. So that's what I have to say with Nikki Haley. And her father, again, taught at a historically Black college, Voorhees, small private Black college in Denmark, South Carolina. And Haley was not raised in an urbanized area like Charleston or Columbia, not even Greenville, but Bamberg. which is a small town next to Denmark. And you can't tell me you didn't see racism, because you probably even dealt with racism. You said that your family was the only Indian family in that whole county at the time. So I can't believe that you never experienced racism. I can't believe that your father never experienced racism. I'm sure people had stuff to say about him working at Voorhees College. Why can't you work at University of South Carolina? Why can't you get a job at XYZ? Or could you not get a job at those places because they were afraid of your appearance? See, there are some things that I'm bringing out because I'm not believing this story. Nikki Haley, Nimarata Haley, Ramaswamy, or whatever your last name is, Lord Jesus. But I'm bringing that out because you're saying that you've never America is not racist, and I don't believe you. I don't believe you can say that with a straight face. I don't believe you because you had to fight people to take down the Confederate flag in South Carolina. So I find that hard to believe. And I'm going to say this, and you're right, Michael Davis, they are not going to support her. And let me say this too. I've had many professors who are from other countries, and they were great. And I'm not even questioning her father's ability to be a professor. Obviously, he did a good job because her family is doing well. But my question to her, it just brings up questions. Your father was at a black school. I'm sure students told him about this. I'm sure he saw the difference between the colleges. I'm sure he saw the underfunding that those schools received. My thing is, I'm sure people questioned him of why he didn't go to other schools. And maybe he couldn't get to other schools because, again, the appearance. There are just many questions that I'm asking that, Nikki, you ain't putting out there. And I think that's very interesting. And it's funny that I mentioned Voorhees College because, yeah. So, Nikki, stop gaslighting the people. That's all I'm saying. Stop gaslighting the people. Y'all get your popcorn. Heidi, thank you so much for getting that popcorn, girl. I'm trying to get back to my first place standing, girl. They trying to take me down. But I'm going to catch up. I'm coming up. Not out, but I'm coming up. So y'all get your popcorn. If you said you was going to get some. Let me say this. My popcorn does not come to me. Okay? I have a store. All of these proceeds go to Double Good, and Double Good will send the church a check. I don't get none of this. This is something that our church has done. This is an easy fundraiser for the church. I agreed to it because it was easy. I didn't really want to do it, to be honest. So know that when you get this popcorn, you all are helping the church with the roof and some other things as well. So I just wanted to put that on out there. Now let me go to Monique and Steve Harvey. Lord have mercy. Monique and Steve Harvey. It seems like Monique has some things to say. There's something I want to say. So I'm going to go on over there. Thank you again, Heidi, for getting that popcorn and supporting me. See, Heidi do what she do. She do what she say and say what she do. Now, baby, it is some things going on. The Root has reported Monique has some words for Steve Harvey. I am going to read this article by James R. Saunders, reporter at The Root. What's done in the dark shall come to the light. While Monique would not comment directly on comments Williams made about Harvey, she had her own comments about the Family Feud host. That is my brother, Monique is saying, but we know the ones who have gotten caught up in this industry and feel like I can't say and do what I want to say, and you're not supposed to say anything back to that. Harvey and Monique personal tension with each other got heated during her appearance on the Steve Harvey Talk Show in 2020. Part of that tension She said came from Harvey, preventing her from revealing what happened during the interest meeting for her potential talk show. When Steve Harvey sat on that show and said, Mo, your husband can't be out here flexing like he do. He can't be who he is when he comes out here. Let me tell you what that meant. At the time, she and her husband, manager Sidney Hicks, were negotiating a potential talk show to be produced by the same presumed producers behind the Steve Harvey show. A meeting they took shortly before that interview didn't go well. Monique said the producers started to tell she and Hicks how much they paid Harvey, but Hicks stopped them. My husband said, number one, my wife considers that man her brother. And number two, he's my fraternity brother, my frat brother. And we don't play like that. Monique said, please don't share that man's business with us, because if you share his business with us, you'll share our business with someone else. When the contents of that meeting were revealed to Harvey, Monique said his response to the producer was, man, sometimes my frat brother can be a little fanatical, man. That ain't nothing. I'll take care of it. Harvey and Hicks are both members of Omega Sapphire. Hicks added that Harvey admitted to him that he screened the numbers of black people in the audience of his show because Harvey's worried that too many of them on camera might lose him sponsors. I'm not going to let these N-words mess it up for me, Hicks said, Harvey told him. We reached out to Harvey's agency, WME, to corroborate Monique and Hicks' statement and did not receive a response. But their claims about Harvey mirrors jokes the comedian has made in the past, particularly a routine in which he insists that for $4 million, I'll be that MF monkey you can stand. Black people be so embarrassed about my MF in performance, he said. We just again want to say, brother, you're our family. Recognize and come on back. Let's do it the right way, Hicks said of Harvey. It's not going to work out in the long run when you are doing things for people that really are oppressing you, and it's just for money. These days, there's no interview, negotiation, or deal for Monique without Hicks being present. Hicks is often blamed for her difficulties in the industry, but Monique said her most successful deals, lucrative films, and important moves have been achieved with her manager at the helm. The Deliverance, Monique's latest project with Lee Daniels, has a yet unscheduled release date. She stars opposite Glenn Close, Ajun Ellis, Tasha Smith, Omar Epps, and Andrea Day. Y'all, now I'm going to say this. I am going to say this. I'm going to say this, you all. See, that kind of stuff is a mess. This is the kind of stuff that's a mess. Now, y'all can say whatever y'all want to, but Monique is right. If you will tell somebody else's earnings, you gonna talk about me. And they stopped the producer from talking about Steve Harvey's pay and all of this stuff. And again, this is what he said, you all, according to Monique. Now, y'all can say what y'all want to, but we are learning a lot of stuff about these people. And I'm just being real. And like I said, Steve Harvey has been problematic with me when he told Monique that we black out here and we can't be doing X, Y, Z. We black out here. And I just have a problem with that. I have a problem with that. I don't care what you all say about Monique. Y'all like heavy Monique because that Monique is the comedian. But you all don't like activist Monique. And I'm sorry. I like activist Monique. Because activist Monique has been telling the truth. Activist Monique has been saying this for years. This is why. But all of a sudden, Taraji P. Henson come and everybody want to shed tears. Well, Monique has been saying this for years. I have a problem with Lunel saying it was how Monique did it. Well, hell, Lunel, how you supposed to do it? You don't do stuff right. But again, I applaud Monique because Monique is saying some things and she's saying it right. A lot of y'all don't like it. I don't care. All I'm saying is Monique did what she needed to do. And now we are finding out that the stuff that she's been saying all along is true. It is true. And folk can't take it. And I'm just tired of black women always being called difficult or hard to deal with because they tell the truth. And it's sad that when it comes from other folk, but when it comes from us, it's even worse. And it's sad because we have heard Steve Harvey say this. And also, you all, I have sat in a graduation again where Steve Harvey was a complete jerk and did not follow the assignment. And I just have a problem with that. And I like Monique. I don't think Monique is difficult. I think Monique is honest. And I think Monique got tired like Taraji P. Henson got tired, like Viola Davis get tired, and all of these women get tired. But Monique don't care. She's going to say what she's going to say. I don't care what nobody says. She's a talented actress, very talented actress. And I watched. Let me tell you something. She did the best BET out of all of them. You hear me? I watched the BET and Monique came with that Beyonce. Baby, Monique got talent. And I would rather deal with Monique than Steve Harvey any day. But I'm going to say this, you all. I'm sorry. I'm with Monique on this. And we used to think it's her husband. But you know what? It goes to show you that her husband is even watching out for Steve. The man said, that man is like my brother. Y'all ain't going to talk about that man's income to me, because if you talk about that man's income with me and tell me about him, then y'all going to talk about us. I'm going to leave it at that, y'all. Oh, my God. But we got to realize that kind of stuff. And I mean, you know, I just feel different. And everybody can feel different. Everybody has, you know, different ways to feel. And I ain't telling nobody how to feel, but I'm just saying be realistic, because now we are really learning that these people are doing a whole lot. And we need to realize that. So that's all I'm saying, you all. That's all I'm going to say with that. I like Monique. I think Monique is talented, and I think Monique should continue to speak the truth, whether it makes people uncomfortable or not. Speak it. Speak it. Speak it. It's time for us to speak it. This lady who's no longer with us should have spoken. Unfortunately, she felt that she ain't had no other choice but to let it go. But yet this man was treating her like a doll. And if she would have complained about it, folk would have been saying, girl, you should be glad that you have a job. But see, it's deeper than that. So if you don't like Monique for personal reasons, that's great. But I'm not saying her actions are wrong. I think her actions are justified. And get to a point where you get tired of the mess. You get tired of people doing these things. So anyhow. Well, look, you all. I just think that we really need to be paying attention to stuff. Now, look, I'm going to go back to this again. Let me hold on for a minute, y'all, here. I'm looking for something right now, and I think give me a quick minute. Okay, I'm not going to pull it up, but I'm going to bring this out. You know what, Hershey? I don't agree with you at all. I don't agree with you at all. Monique, keep on doing what you're doing. Because again, you know, This is the problem with the look out for yourself and not looking out. This is why black people are so divided now, because we're so busy fighting each other, and people don't understand where there's unity, there is strength. When you're disjointed and people can, this is why the powers that be don't want diversity, equity, inclusion right now, because when people really start focusing in on who they really are, it causes people to really get nervous, because people don't want equity. They don't want diversity. They don't want inclusion. They want to be the power hungry group. And I disagree with you all. I disagree with you all. I'm telling you what, Dr. King would have such a big issue and problem now dealing with these black folk now, because black folk now, it's about me, my folk, and no more. And that's our problem. That is our problem. And again, I don't think we could even do a Montgomery bus boycott, because I ain't boycotting that bus, because we don't see the bigger picture. And if you don't know your past, you're doomed to repeat it. And I think we don't read enough. I don't think we really know the struggle and the divide and conquer. And I'm sorry, I don't agree. And I believe that if that's what Sydney said, Sydney was right. Don't be discussing that man's private business. Let's discuss us. Because if you discuss his private business, you're going to discuss mine. And I'm just sorry. I am sorry. Yeah, it's going to be another government shutdown, but I'm sorry. So I don't agree. We're not going to agree on that. We ain't going to agree on that at all. But I just think that, our problem is we used to look out for each other. We used to have a camaraderie. We don't have that anymore. And again, these men are frat brothers, and it seems like they respect Steve Harvey more than Steve Harvey respects Steve Harvey. That's the sad part about it. When somebody will do that much to say, no, we're not going to do that. That's my frat brother. This man is like family to me. Let's discuss our stuff. Because, see, nobody is saying what the producers were doing and what they were telling them. See, we blaming Monique and her husband, but we don't realize that they're telling business that they shouldn't even be telling. And Monique and her husband is right. If you will tell Steve Harvey's business, like hell, you'll tell ours. And the thing that got me, according to that writing, is Steve had more interest of saying, oh, my frat brother crazy. He didn't think about what they were saying about him. You don't even care that they discussing your income with somebody else? Child, y'all better go on somewhere. So anyway, let me move on. Look, if you all think it's bad now with this obstruction of government, and I'm just going to lay it right there. The Republican Congress has done nothing. Nothing. Zero. Period. Nothing. You got Marjorie, Boebert, all of these people, Gates, obstructionists. And if you think it's bad now, if Project 2025 goes into effect, it's going to be really bad. And I am really asking you all to read about Project 2025. And I want y'all to read that, because it's a lot of things going on. And y'all need to read what Project 2025 is about. And maybe y'all don't understand it, but I am telling you, I'm going to give you Project 2025's page so you can read it. Never say that I'm not providing information, because at the end of the day, you all, this stuff is serious. This stuff is critical. They are going to, again, make every civil servant reapply. And I think that y'all need to be careful of that. Hershey, I'm done with that. We moved on, Hershey. You don't like Monique, we get it. I'm sorry. I still feel the way I feel. You're going to still feel the way you feel. And we just not going to feel the same way. I think Monique is right. I think her husband is right. Godspeed with them. And regardless of what you all think, sometimes you got to do some things. If she was for herself, then she would have been doing what Steve Harvey is doing. And I don't think she's doing that. Now, all I'm going to say is y'all check out Project 2025. There's the information. Read it for yourself. I am providing information that will tell you what the plans are for that. Period. And I think we need to be reading up on this stuff. Also, I'm going to give you one more piece of, and this is coming from NPR. Please read about what Project 2025 is. Please read it. Please read it. You know, I think you all got the wrong ideal. It's a bigger picture than the pay, you all. It's a bigger picture than that. And I don't think we get it, but I'm not arguing with anyone. It's a bigger picture than pay. It's a much bigger picture. And hopefully one day y'all see it, but it's a bigger picture than pay. It's a much bigger picture than pay. So you all of this right here is dealing with Project 2025. And I ended with this because I think it's very important. It's extremely important. And it's giving you the blueprint of what I can't even say Republicans, but some right-wing faction of Republican want to do. And the sad part about it is it doesn't matter if it's Trump. It doesn't matter if it's DeSantis. It doesn't matter if it's Nikki Haley. These people and their interest money are there. I am not saying that Democrats don't have no problems. Lord knows they do too. And they got issues as well. But I'm telling you, right now, anything that's dealing with diversity is out. Now you see colleges are taking it out. And it goes to show you that these people weren't in it anyhow. They weren't there anyhow. And if you don't help people, they won't do the right thing. You know, they will not do the right thing. And I want you all to realize that. So do what you got to do. You know what, though? Whether it's about pay or not, you all, the bottom line is, you know what? It's right. Who cares if it's about pay? Who cares if she's a millionaire? I mean, you know, people are saying, well, I don't know why Taraji is sitting there crying because she's a millionaire. But see, it's not important to you until it happens to you. Because if people will shortchange them like hell they feel about you and your little bit of money, any of us and our little bit of money. You see, y'all don't get the big picture. I'm done with it. I don't care if it is about money. Monique is right. Pay me right. Pay me right. You know, again, you got that untalented other comedian, Amy Schumer, making all of this money. It ain't even that funny. Ain't won an Oscar. Ain't won that. No. It says that black people, you are a little value, and we can give you whatever you want because, again, your black skin makes you a liability, and you second-class citizen, and again, you're not equal. So that's what you say. And I don't believe that about me. And I think that change won't happen until something happens. And I thank God that Monique is saying it. So at the end of the day, if it's about her pockets, then still it's about her pockets, but it's about her plight. She's a black woman trying to fight for her money, like we all are. So you think it's right for somebody, you working on a job, you getting paid $50,000 doing the same job, but your white counterpart is getting paid $98,000. And you only getting paid $50,000, but you okay with that because at least you got health benefits. Child, bye. by Monique has been doing it. All of those women are hard workers. So stop. You just don't like Monique. We get it. You just don't like Monique. Monique has been on the comic tour. Monique has had her show. Monique has been doing a lot of things. I mean, come on. Samora is not even in the mainstream, and Samora should be in the mainstream as funny as she is, but people are not willing to pay that game. Y'all just don't like Monique, and it's okay. Y'all just don't like her. But at the end of the day, I'm not discounting any black woman. I'm not discounting Viola. I'm not diminishing Octavia. I'm not diminishing any of these black women, rather. Or black men. Or black men. Some people are more vocal than other folk. Some people are not going to take it lying down because it's all about money. But they're right. They should be making the money that they should be making. So I'm sorry. I'm done with it. They should be making that money. You just don't like Monique, and that's fine. You don't like Monique, but the end of the day is you mean to tell me you working on a job making $50,000. Susie Q is making $75,000, white woman, and then John is making $120,000, and you coming to work doing all of the stuff. Susie Q goes have a cigarette break every hour on the hour. John comes in to work when he wants to and go golfing. You sit up here doing all the work, but at the end of the day, they deserve that. They deserve that. And people who working at the dollar store talking about some, ooh baby, them rich people problems because you work at a space defense company, and because it's a name and it's a good name, space defense company, and you making $50,000, but yet somebody is making $20,000. That's rich people problems right there. That's how it sounds to me. That's rich people problem right there. Child, it's just like musicians. Let me tell y'all something. As a musician, this is why I'm glad that I do not depend on playing keyboard for everybody. Because again, when you stand up for yourself, you become difficult. When I told one of them churches that, if I gotta come, y'all gonna pay me half of what I make on Sunday. So if I'm making $500 a Sunday, and if I gotta come to your church for the evening service, then you need to be bucking out $250. And if you can't do that, find somebody else. Ooh, that sounds like you about the money. It sounds like you difficult. Find somebody else. Always want to use somebody. And I don't blame Monique. Maybe some of y'all ain't been in entertainment. Maybe y'all don't know about that. But I'll be darned. And when you stand up for yourself, then you deem it difficult because what people want to do is let you sit there and take it. Everybody ain't going to take it. Everybody ain't going to take it. I'm sorry. Everybody ain't going to take it. So anyway, those are my thoughts. Everybody is different. Everybody different. Get your popcorn though. Get your popcorn. Get your popcorn. Let me put the popcorn thing down there. Get your popcorn, beloveds. If nothing else, get your popcorn. Lord, get your popcorn, Jesus. Ooh, get your popcorn, saints. I want to thank Heidi Fly for getting her popcorn. She did what she said and said what she did. And I appreciate you, Heidi. Thank you again. Get your popcorn. Now, I got Blessed and Sean Bradley, Lady Nika, and Sir King, and all the rest up there. So y'all want to hear what I got to say about Blessed, Lady Nika, Sir King, and all the rest? Do y'all want to hear it? Do y'all want to hear it? Because I got something to say about them. I got something to say to them, and y'all want to hear it? Okay, y'all don't want to hear it, then I'm getting ready to go on then. All right, then. Y'all want to hear what I got to say? No, y'all don't. You the only one itsy bitsy. Nobody else don't want to hear, so I'm getting ready to go on. I don't even have nobody in here. Only 80 folk up in here. I ain't going to say nothing. I'm going on. I'm going about my business. I'm going about my business. Y'all playing with me. Y'all is playing with me today. Y'all, okay. Anyway, tell it. You want me to tell it? This is what I got to say about them. God bless them. And that's all I got to say about them. I'm to the point where I'm going to be messy with people as well. I really don't have anything to say about them people because at the end of the day, all I got to say is bless them. I'm being real about that, you all. It's really funny how people say they don't like the mess, but they telling me what these folk done said about me. And I'm like, that's really, really rich. If you really don't like the mess, then don't tell me. But I am going to say, God bless them all in this new year. I hope they prosper, and I hope God bless their soul. And that's what I really have to say about the folk. I mean, I know y'all wanted something salacious and nasty. I don't got time for that. I'm serious. I don't have time for that, you all. But I did put their names in there because I knew y'all would be coming over here thinking it's going to be some mess. But again, it is what it is. As a matter of fact, I'm going to take their names out in a few minutes because it ain't even worthy. I'm being real, y'all. I'm being real. These are the things that's going to help you all. Me talking about these folk ain't going to help y'all. Now, Tracy and Noble situation, I just wanted them to end it well. And it seems like they're doing okay with that. So I came in because that's helpful. And hopefully when somebody ends their relationship or have to end the relationship, that they can be grown and civil about it. But me going in on focus, so on and so forth, baby, that's it's beyond. It's time to move on. Y'all gonna need to know about Project 2025. Y'all need to know about that because that is directly affecting you. You all need to know about that lady at Lincoln because, again, a lot of you all in those situations where you have a boss who's just like that man that they described. And a lot of y'all, even though we don't agree on the Monique thing, it just goes to show that some people really looking out for you when you ain't looking out for yourself. And I'm going to say that. So again, that's what I have to say. As far as these other people, God bless. Let me. I'm gonna edit it right now. I'm gonna take their names out right now. Hold on. I'm gonna take it out right now. Watch this. I'm gonna take it out right now. It ain't even worth it. I done saved the changes. Boom. I meant what I said. There we go. Anyway, so thank you, Promises Manifest. You all, please don't forget to get some popcorn. I appreciate y'all getting the double good popcorn. Please go and get it. Put me back up in that first place slot again. I thank y'all for coming over. Peace and love. And I really don't care what people are saying, so don't bring it over here. If I didn't ask y'all a question about it, don't give me an answer. I didn't ask you all to tell me what somebody was saying. It doesn't really matter. You see what I'm saying? It really doesn't matter. It matters to them. It doesn't matter to me. So don't bring it to me. They mad because the popcorn sales have done well. That's all. And God blessed me. And that's all I can say. And why be mad while you getting blessed? Why be upset with folks and you getting blessed? You just continue to be blessed. Ain't no need to be the unfocus off of my blessed quietness. It ain't no need for me to sit up here and get off of what I'm doing to be arguing with somebody and God is blessing me. And then he gonna bless the church. Okay, that's ignorant. So don't be bringing me all of that. Like that lady said, don't be bringing me no bad news. I don't got time for that. So anyway, y'all, I gotta go. It was real. It was good talking to y'all. I gotta get back to the grind. Peace and love. Y'all take care.